Welcome to the third Android application development tutorial. My name is Robin, and the objective of this video is to use the Eclipse IDE to design a new XML user interface layout for a simple cars activity. So we're going to go across to the palette, and we're just going to use two of the buttons. Just drag them on, and we're going to use a text view as well. And then if we go across to the code side, you can see we've got this Android ID as the first line for each one of these view objects. And the Android ID is the Android resource ID, and you can give it a unique resource name for that element. So for this, in this case, we're going to have button Mercedes for this one. The other one, we're going to have button again. Let's put Ferrari. And finally, text view will be TV car is, because that's what the car that we want. We'll click one of these buttons, the Mercedes or Ferrari button, and then it'll display whatever car we selected in the text view at the bottom. And then we also want to give it a unique string reference. So if we go and say, for the text, refer to a string, and this string will be Mercedes. And that appears there because, as you can see, if we go to resources, values, and the string file here, I've included a string resource which I've referenced with that, and then display the value Mercedes. Let's do the same for the Ferrari. Equals @string again, and Ferrari. Closing tag there. If we just copy that, just paste it there, and just change it to display as the other one I have. And save that. So I've referenced all these different ones here, and then it should appear on the graphical layout. So there we go, we set up the string references and unique ID. So the next thing, for the text view, you can see it's a bit too small there, it's hard to read. So if we go back to the code, and I'm just going to change the text size, so I can just simply go Android, and I'll look for all the different methods and text and size just there, and I'm going to set it to 45 dp, and dp stands for density pixels, and they're consistent for all devices. And the size just says consistent for all devices according to their density. So let's have a look at that. And there you go. Let's save that. Let's go back to the code again. And we can see also that it's not really in the center of the text, and maybe we want to align the text view object in the center of the screen. So if we go back, and let's say Android layout gravity, and gravity just alters the placement of a text view object, or any object you want. You can just use gravity to alter it. So let's say gravity, and let's place it in the center. Let's go back and see how it looks, and there we go, it's just more center aligned now, which is good. And the next thing we're going to do is just, as you can see in the graphical layout, the buttons are kind of a bit small and just stuck to the side, so let's make the buttons the size of the entire screen. So to do that, we go to the width, is what we want to alter, so we go match parent to fill the screen, and the same for the Ferrari button as well. So for the available width on the screen, we're just going to fill that up And if we have a look, and there we go. It just makes the button stretch across the entire width on the screen. Save that. And then now we're just going to get into the fun bit and kind of alter the text and colour, the background colour of the buttons. So let's change the text colour. So for the Mercedes one, change the text colour to white. So we go Android text colour. And there's certain codes that you need to know. And if you don't know the specific code for a particular colour, you can always just look on the internet for it. So in my case, I'm just going to have it white text. So let's have a hashtag first. And it should be just all F's like this, 6 of them. Then you can see the colours changed of the Mercedes text. And let's set the background of the button. So let's go Android background, and let's set that to silver. There we go, that's set up. Save that. And now let's change the Ferrari button. So let's make it have white text again, so we can just copy that. But this time we'll just have the background as red to resemble the Ferrari colours. So let's change that. That should be the right one, yep, and there we go. But then you can see that there's no real space between the two buttons. So to add a little space between them, we can use something called padding. And if we go just here, let's go Android. It should be layout margin top. Well, yeah, you can actually just use layout margin top as well. So as you can see, it just adds a bit of extra space. But you could also use padding, I think, as well if you wanted to. So let's change that to, let's say, 20 density pixels. And the same for this one as well. There you go, so just a little bit of space from the top of the screen with the Mercedes button, and also 20 between those two as well from the top. So there you go, I've set up the user interface layout for the Simple Cars activity, and in the next lesson we'll go into the actual Java code behind this activity.